I'm Julie Saunders.
I'm Jan Wilson. Julie and I both have experience as school librarians, and we've worked together as district library leaders.
In each episode, we'll dive into our profession with interviews and meaningful content to inspire you.
The ideas and opinions shared by any host, guest, or listener are their own and do not represent those of any respective school district.
Welcome to Library Exchange. Does your library's reference section contain high-interest titles that draw kids in and produce large circulation numbers? If not, welcome to Abdo Reference. Abdo Reference includes 3 great imprints that will change how you think about reference and research materials.
Imagine your students checking out high-interest library-bound titles that serve their pleasure reading needs but also do the heavy lifting of instructional support. Abdo Reference is a K-12 solution that can help put your learning dollars to the greatest advantage. Check out Abdo Reference today at abdobooks.com. Julie, guess what?
What?
Well, I really want to say chicken butt. Anyway. I raised all boys, by the way. Okay, Julie, do you have your passport ready?
I do.
All right. We're traveling overseas with today's episode. Are you excited?
Very.
Okay. Well, it's not a surprise to you, but good acting. Last year, we went down under to Australia, and today we're checking in with a librarian from the heart of Europe. We're going to Germany.
Yes, we are. We've been looking forward to having Alyssa Trommler as today's guest. You may know her as the International School Librarian on Instagram. But what you may not know is that she has the unique challenge of running a library for students from over 30 different countries.
That is next level right there, Alyssa. So she started at the CJD International School in 2019 as a professional educator, but like many of us, the library eventually found her. We can't wait to hear more about this. Welcome to Library Exchange, Alyssa.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm very, not using the word excited, just psyched to be here.
Great.
I like it.
Okay, so Alyssa, will you share where you are in Germany and let's hear about your school?
Yeah, so actually I live in Goslar, which is a really cute little fairy tale town. You might have seen a few videos on my Instagram about that as well, but my school is in Braunschweig. In English, you would say Brunswick.
So can you tell us a little bit more about the actual school and the makeup of the school? How many students, the number of faculty?
Yeah, so my school is CGD International School, and we have 50 staff members and 250 students at our school. As you mentioned, from over 30 different countries, over 6 continents, which is really, really fun, actually, to talk to all these children from different cultures and different languages and welcome them into the library.
And what are the grade levels that you serve?
We do pre-K all the way up to year 12.
Great. And I've got one more question. You had mentioned something about who is able to use devices and who is not able to use devices in your building. I think that'd be interesting for American listeners to hear.
Yeah, so actually they just decided that years 1 and year 2 will not get devices this next year, only from year 3 up. However, in the library, we have a rule that only from year 8 and up are allowed to use devices at the time.
So you may have to interpret what you mean by year 1 and year 2. Can you convert that to what a grade level would be in the United States?
Yeah, so instead of saying grade 1 or first grade, second grade, we use year 1 and year 2. So first grade would be year 1 and second grade is year 2 then.
Great. Okay.
So, Alyssa, I have to start with this because I know everyone else is also wondering, how did you go from Wisconsin to Germany?
So the original plan was actually to move to Spain. I have my bachelor's in Spanish and humanities, and I wanted to continue to become a Spanish translator. But then my, at the time, partner said, well, let's move to Germany instead. They speak English there. I don't have to learn Spanish. It's perfect. So instead of him learning Spanish, I got to learn German. Surprise. But it worked out. You know, I didn't know how long I would be here. And even though he and I ended up splitting up, I met my now husband here, fell in love with the country, fell in love with the language, and almost 11 years later, I'm here. We've got 2 beautiful kids, and I'm happier than I've ever been. It's really amazing.
Oh, I love that. So let's dig into your all the things you've done in your library. So, Alyssa, you inherited a space from a librarian who worked there for over a decade. We love that you became motivated to add the books, redesign the space, create a reading incentive program without a budget. But let's start with this. You needed new books. You had zero budget. How did you get started?
Yeah, so I was a little bit bummed at the beginning to hear about that naturally, but I decided that I was just going to do something about it. And so I asked if I could start an Instagram page and got the okay from our marketing department to be able to do that. And I thought, okay, well, there are some other librarians on Instagram who do this and they put their Amazon wish lists up there. Actually, quite a few American librarians do this. And so I took inspiration from that. Most schools in Germany are funded by the government, so this doesn't really have to be a thing over here. However, since we're a private school, that's also an international school. So we don't follow a German curriculum. We're an English-speaking school. Because of that, the German government doesn't support us whatsoever. And so all of our funds that we get in through the fees through the students go to paying a lot of our staff and go to lots of other things that are needed. So Instagram was my bestie at the beginning.
So, Alyssa, did you have any other tips and tricks you wanted to share on how you could get donations to add more books to your library?
Yeah, so other than the Amazon wish list, I also decided to take a lot of the old books that we had in our library that we were weeding out anyway, and to have a little used book sale. So I was able to do 2 last year. And through that, I raised 250-ish euro. And then I was able to order books with that 250 euro. I also decided at the summer party that I was going to let myself be the victim of a water balloon toss. And it was really fun. A lot of the parents came up to me and they're like, "Are you okay?" But it was a lot of fun. And I was able to raise 101 euro through kids pummeling me with water balloons.
Oh, that's so creative. That's great.
Did you get many results from your Instagram post with your wish list?
Yeah, we got over 140 books donated through the Instagram wish list, which is incredible. And actually, we just got another package right before we started recording today. I got another package. So I'm looking forward to opening that up and seeing what that is.
Well, that's pretty significant, thinking that you only have 250 students and you had 140 books donated. That makes a big difference in your collection. That's wonderful.
Yeah, a lot of it actually was my friends and family from back in Wisconsin. But a few parents have donated as well. And then the big hope was that I would actually be able to reach an audience bigger than just friends and family. And I've had 2 people that only know me through Instagram donate, which was like such a big shocking moment for me because it's like, okay, this is the hope, meet me in the media center. She has people from all over the United States that are always shipping her, and the world actually, shipping her books. And I'm just like, if I could even get 1/10 of that for my kids at my school, that would be so incredible.
And now a word from our sponsors.
It's time to talk about our friends at Kids Discover. They're an award-winning educational publisher that's been a favorite among students and school librarians for over 3 decades.
Their digital learning platform, Kids Discover Online, is a game changer for elementary and middle schoolers by providing access to thousands of science, social studies, and nonfiction articles.
And unlike other databases in the market, Kids Discover Online's modern interface is highly visual. It actually gets kids excited about reading and learning.
Plus, it's built for every student. We're talking multiple reading levels, translations in 28 languages, and a fully accessible interface for all learners.
You can actually get 60 days of trial access for your entire school right now by visiting kidsdiscover.com/digital. Librarians helping librarians. I love it. Alyssa, besides the issue with the books, you wanted to update the physical space and eventually to include a makerspace area, correct? Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so the library was definitely not the coziest place, I would say. It was green and red, like the worst version of Christmas colors, and chairs instead of beanbag chairs, and just like hard stools. So I decided, got to get this out, got to make it a place where I want the kids to be comfortable and feel welcome. And so actually my parents were super helpful in donating the entire cozy corner that we had up until now. It has now gotten bigger because I started a GoFundMe to create a maker space and to make the cozy corner, the reading corner, even bigger. So through that, I was able to raise over 1,100 euro in donations just by posting on Instagram, and my PTA was able to help out with that as well. They sent it out in the group chat and kind of updated the parents on what's going on with that. So that way, if the parents wanted to invest in our library at our school as well, then they were able to do that.
So, Alyssa, recently I saw a post where you were actually using some type of special paint for the chairs that weren't wood. I would love to hear more about that. What did you use to paint the beanbag chairs and things like that?
Yeah, so the beanbag chairs we actually got new donated, but we had some stools, and those were vegan leather. And so I was able to find a leather/vegan leather paint that is also child-friendly, eco-friendly, and everything. And I was able to repaint all of those in the new blue that I wanted to have that corner. So goodbye Christmas colors, hello calm blue. And
I was so impressed with how thick and how thorough on your Instagram post, it was very impressive how the paint actually looked really good and the pop of color. What a difference. I just was so impressed by the whole paint thing.
It was really cool. Like the fact that I didn't have to toss them and that I could reuse them. I was so pumped about that because Germany in general is really forward thinking when it comes to that. And so eco-friendly and nachhaltig. This is really important for people here, and me too.
So let's talk about your reading incentive program. Is this a new initiative for the school?
Yes, and I'm super thrilled to be able to offer to the kids. So I've been secretly working to try to get restaurants to sponsor us, and a local bookstore actually also agreed to. And so for the summer reading, which I invented, I made a bingo card. I didn't want it to be work. I wanted reading to be something that the kids could enjoy. So the bingo spaces are pretty easy, but I got a local bookstore, Graf. Maria was super friendly and helping me out with that. And Freddie Fresh. So they were able to sponsor us so that the kids can read and get a reward at the end of the summer as well. And then next year, this is something I'm so excited about. When I was a kid, we had something called Book It, which I learned recently that not even all my friends in the same city had Book It. But just to give a brief overview, you read books, you hit your reading goals, which was usually minutes, and then you got your own free personal-sized pizza. And you got to go to the restaurant, and your parents got to sit down and eat with you. And it's just like the coziest memory of being able to enjoy that time, not only that you earned your pizza, but that family time. And all you had to do was read books. And so this is something I really wanted to bring to my students, because just those core childhood memories of getting to go out and eat with your family, and you earned it. So I was able to work with Peter Panna, which is a restaurant here, Peter Panna, and they offered us free kids meals for every kid that finishes their reading, and their kids' meals are awesome. Books for burgers is what we're going to call it, because they have incredible burgers there. So I'm just so excited that I can offer this to the kids next year.
So, Alyssa, I just have to say I'm so inspired by you, because we hear a lot of, in Facebook groups where barriers actually become real barriers for people. When they're told they don't have a budget, they're like, well, I don't have a budget. Can't do that. Or I don't have the books available to do this program, or I don't have the space that's welcoming. And they just throw their hands up, and they'll continue to complain and complain and complain. And they can't move past that. But here you are, new to a space, knowing that changes needed to happen. Where you were told no, you made a yes, and you did it in ways that were creative, inspiring, and with great excitement. I'm just really in awe. You've done a lot of great things for your library, and I hope that you inspire others to find a way when they feel like there's a complete barrier to what they want to do.
Thank
Julie,
you.
you sound like you're doing your recap to the guest right now.
Sorry, just to point that out. I just think, when you can make lemonade out of lemons, it's an inspiring thing, and people want to hear this story. I'm very excited about it.
Thank you so much.
Alyssa, I have a question really quick. So to go back to that paint that you used on the vegan leather.
Yeah.
You said it was eco-friendly, but how is it is the wear and tear? Is it standing up to the kids? Is it lasting?
So, funny story about that. I never posted this video, but I did take a video. I actually had to contact the company because even though I'm fluent in German, I have my Amazon set to English. And it said that it won't rub off. It said that it won't come off, but eventually it started coming off. And so I was like, okay, well, that's not cool. So I contacted the company. They sent me a screenshot saying, well, it says here you have to use the top coat, but in their English translation, it didn't say that. So after talking with them, they were very kind in sending over the top coat. So then that's why we were repainting them in that video instead of the first time around. We had to do it again because it did rub off. But now with the top coat, they say that it should hold up because it's made for car seats. So, people scoot across the car seats when they're going into the car. I'm hoping it'll withstand the test of time. That's what they promise. So we'll see come 2-3 weeks into the next school year, but I'm hopeful.
I really hope that people do visit your Instagram because what you've done to redesign the space is really cute, and some of the creative ideas, even when you took the carpet and you put the two pieces of carpet together with the fastener in the middle underneath, and just to create a new space. So you've made this tiny area transformed where you have books that are available, but also have workspace. You have, places for the younger students, places for the older students. It took a lot of creativity and imagination to make that happen, but it's really fabulous.
Thank you so much. Yeah, that's all about the budget. Buying a huge carpet like that costs a ton of money. They're so hard to find. But this was also Ökotex, which is like an eco standard here in Germany. Both of the carpets are Ökotex. And so I was able to get 2 70-euro carpets and just put them together with that special carpet fastening tape rather than spend €1,000+ on a giant carpet. So,
wow, great.
Thank you. Those creative problem solutions.
Yeah,
that's right. That's right. Creative problem solving. That's exactly right.
Librarians want to hear because that paint with the top coat, what an easy solution for people who have furniture that is kind of worn and torn. Alyssa, I want to thank you for your time. And can you remind our listeners how to follow you on social media?
Yeah, so I pretty much only use my Instagram right now, actually, but I'm International School Librarian. There are little points in the middle, but you can find me if you just search for that. I have a TikTok, but I haven't updated it since day one because I'm just so bad at that. But yeah, Instagram is where you can find me.
Great. Thank you so much, Alyssa, for sharing your story today.
My pleasure. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
We've exchanged ideas. It's time for the recap. Again, Julie, another school librarian with challenges, but she has such positive energy.
So positive.
Yeah. So when I went back and listened to our interview to prepare for this recap, I thought, I wonder if it makes our listeners feel better to know that far across the Atlantic Ocean, a librarian in Germany is also trying to run a library on a zero budget.
Not sure.
Wait, what's that? Oh, it does make you feel better? You're welcome.
Right. So Alyssa was very creative in how she found solutions to the barriers that were keeping her from providing quality library services, creating an Instagram account and promoting her Amazon wish list. She started that last November and had already raised, or actually had donated 1,000 books to her collection.
Yeah, it's been successful for her for sure. Speaking of books and budgets, May's School Library Journal cover story is the budget and funding survey results. I think it said over 800 libraries responded, and the title of the article is Unmet Needs, which I guess sounds better than we're buying our own glue sticks again. Okay, that's my last sarcastic thing for now. Anyway, but before we move away from donations and fundraising, I want to mention something I heard that was successful and profitable for a librarian. I heard it in June at the Georgia Library Media Conference. It's called Summer Institute, but the fundraiser was for lunch glow parties. Do you know what I'm talking about, Julie?
I do. Yeah.
Yeah, I got this idea comes from Julie Pizzola, who is a Georgia elementary school librarian. Her administration approved a glow stick lunch party in the cafeteria, so she purchased glow items in bulk and then sold them to students. So when they're in the cafeteria, dim the lights for part of the lunch period, and the kids have their glow sticks. And you and I participated in something like this at Summer Leadership a few
We did.
summers ago.
Uh-huh.
And you can do like the colors on the projector, like Guitar Hero. So you can really do this with all three levels.
That was a great idea. Starting a GoFundMe was a great idea for creating a student makerspace and redesigning the reading corner. Really, she also was able to use her repurposing skills too.
Yeah, so I feel like I'm talking a lot, Julie, but I'll let you talk in a minute, okay? I agree with you 100% because you know that when we've trained new librarians, we always tell them don't rush into a new space and make major changes your first year. Don't compare your space with something you've seen on social media because it's important to watch how students use the space, if the shelving makes sense to them, and more. But since Alyssa already worked at the school and was familiar with the library, she gets a pass on that rule.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
She felt it wasn't cozy, that was her word, and needed to be more student friendly. So just by swapping outdated colors for calm tones, it's just like painting any room. It really transformed the space. And I'm almost finished. I want to mention the business partners in the community with her reading incentive programs. She talked about the Pizza Hut Book It program, which is pre-K through 6. Did you have this when you were growing up? I don't think we
I
did.
don't think we did in our area.
Yeah, I can't remember when it started, but if you have a Pizza Hut restaurant near you, there is a mobile app for the Book It program for summer and school year, and kids can earn one free personal pan pizza every month that they meet their reading goal, October through March, and then once in the summer. Let's just say you don't have a Pizza Hut near you. Ask a local restaurant to partner with you like Alyssa did, or an ice cream shop, or a bowling alley. Businesses want to get involved because it's a win for literacy and for their business.
Another takeaway, a no isn't a no forever. Often librarians will ask for anything from extra funds, extra personnel support, other types of needs from their administrators, and the answer is often no. But remember, that is not a forever no. If you really believe in something that will truly improve student impact and will help you provide quality library services, continue to ask in a variety of ways, more than once and to more than one person.
Mm-hmm.
I often tell people that between my former director and me, our district budget for books remained the same for almost 18 years, even though we added dozens of schools, tens of thousands of students. And finally, the right person heard the request at the right time, and our district library book budget was almost doubled. We never stopped asking often for 18 years until we got the yes we needed. So make sure you are always communicating with your administrators when you apply for grants or seek donations in other ways. This shows the importance of whatever it is you are seeking to your admin team.
Okay, so 18 years is a long time. It was
Well,
stay in there.
Well, hopefully others don't have to wait 18 years.
Yeah.
But the thing is, when you believe that it's going to have student impact, just keep on trying. Keep on trying.
And try to do it without whining.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
But go ahead, Julie.
Okay, so the last thing, Alyssa has the qualifications for a librarian working in Germany, which is not the same as being certified in the U.S. But what she has is a growth mindset and a dedication to providing quality library services. Look at everything she's accomplished simply by just seeking out ideas and learning on the go and taking action. So, to the certified librarians listening, it's easy to feel worn down by the barriers, the policy changes, the endless no's. But let Alyssa's story reignite that spark. You have the training and the expertise. Don't give up. Take a look back at a project or a request you had to set aside and figure out how to turn that no into a yes.
You just hit the nail on the head there. Barriers aren't necessarily a dead end. Sometimes it's just about finding a creative solution. Listeners, follow Alyssa on Instagram at international.school.librarian. Thanks for listening, and join us for our next episode on August 24th.
Make sure to visit our website at www.libraryexchangepodcast.com.
There, you'll find episode notes, resource links, and a link to our Etsy store. Plus, you can submit a question or inspiring story that might be featured on a future episode.
For guest clips, episode reminders, and trivia giveaways, follow us on Instagram and YouTube at Library Exchange and on TikTok at library.exchange.
Thanks so much for joining us today. We can't wait to have you back for our next episode.